Hey guys, I want to show you exactly how to turn the 112 trade into a put debit spread hedge, what that means, what it looks like, and how much downside protection it will give you. And so again, let's dive into this so that you know exactly how to do this and can protect your account with it. So when we're trading 112s, we tend to structure them on as in like once a week or maybe even a few times a week we put on these trades. And so we have all these overlapping trades. And so what we need to do in order to protect our account is have some hedges on to protect these 112 trades. Why? Because if the market were to crash or pull back very hard, we could see a lot of losses with these 112s. And so we want to make sure that they're appropriately hedged so that our account kind of is buffered from a huge drawdown and we don't see as much red. It can stay in those trades longer and actually see results of the bear trap. So let's dive in and look at one of these trades. First thing we need to do is understand, what does the 112 trade look like? So if you don't know that, you can simply just click on the group's trade and click on analyze, and then this will take you to the curve. And so again, if I zoom out on this curve, I can see the whole thing. And so what I'm looking at here at this curve is actually a couple of 112. So let me actually no, it's just that one. Sweet. So this is what a 112 graph looks like if you've never seen it, which is where if the market stays where it's at or goes higher, I'll make about $1,500. But if the market drops and goes into this bear trap range, I'll make almost $3,000. So that's the cool part about a 112 trade. But the thing is once we hit a certain profit, we just want to take profits and leave on the hedge. And so in order to do that, we can create a ton of different hedges. But the easiest one to create is a put debit spread hedge. Why? Well, because to create a 112 trade, it looks like this. We buy one put, we sell one put, and then we sell two puts. This one that we bought and the one that we sold creates a put debit spread. And so with that, we can close out these two short puts and leave the put debit spread. So what does that look like? Well, if I remove the two short puts, you can see what that looks like. This put debit spread hedge right here will cost us about $225 to have on. But it will make us $1,000 if the market were to drop anywhere past 5,343. So you can see here the 5,400 level, if it drops past that, aka 200 points below where the market is now, this trade will make $1,000. And so depending on the 112s we have on, $1,000 could help kind of cushion any losses we have. And so now the question is, how do we know when to put this on and when to convert this into a PDS hedge? Well, most times what we want to do is we want to wait until these two short puts, like I just closed here, these two short puts have a profit of 80 to 90%. So once we see these two short puts have an 80 to 90% profit, which you can see here on the positions tab. If you can see here, again, these trades are newer. So you can see here how these two short puts have an 18.8% profit. Once they get to an 80 to a 90% profit target, then you close out these trades and then you leave on the put debit spread hedge. This is the easiest way to put on a hedge. Why? Well, because we're only closing this and we're leaving on an already structured trade. And not only that, it only costs $200. So the thing is, if I close this these two short puts, I will make about $1,000 typically, or more, maybe even $1,400, and then I have to give back about $200 for this put debit spread hedge. So I end up with a net profit on the 112 trade of roughly $1,100, and then I get $1,000 of downside protection. Now you may be saying, okay, now that I have this hedge on, let's go into the Analyze tab again. Now that I have this hedge on where it looks like this, where I close the two short puts and I'm left with this put debit spread, what do I do with it? Do I let it expire? Do I manage it? Do I close it? And that's a great question. So what you do is hedges are meant to protect your account and to expire worthless. 99% of the time a hedge will expire worthless. That's just what a hedge does. And so our goal after we convert the 112 into a put debit spread hedge is to keep the hedge alive and active all the way until that trade expires, and then we just let it expire. Why? Because we have a defined loss, so we know that we're going to lose this amount, but we already accounted for that, and then we get this $1,000 of downside side protection that we can just keep for as long as we want, or at least until the trade expires. And so again, you just let your PDS hedges just be, and that's how you do it. But the real thing is here, you may be saying, Austin, I don't have time to manage these trades. I don't want to actually convert it because then I have to close certain orders and all that stuff. Yeah, it's it's complicated. But if you use this tool that I created called the Options Auto Trader, you can actually create an automation for your 112. And you can see here, here's my ES 112, where I told it the rules of how to enter, when to enter, how to manage my trades, and all that. And you can see here that once a trade closes, it will automatically turn it into a hedge for me. You can see here, it turned it into a ratio hedge, and I can see how much downside protection I have from this hedge. You can see how much this hedge is costing me, and with the profit that I made before turning it into a hedge, you can see my total profit, even factoring in the cost of the hedge. Not only that, it's managing my trades and it's doing everything for me. So guys, this auto trader is amazing if you want to automate your 112 trading. So if you want to do that, click the link down below and check it out, or even go watch my masterclass link down below to learn all the specifics about it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it and hope you learned how to convert your 112 into a put debit spread hedge.